A pleasant day, everyone. So, today we will be discussing the K-12 Basic Education Curriculum Framework for Mathematics. The presenters are Miss Jelly Bonita and Miss Shikaina Nazareno. In this video, we'll specifically discuss the conceptual framework, the grade level standards, the strategies used for values integration, and the top 10 values that can be integrated across the subject's content. So the following learning pedagogies explains how learners learn mathematics. So first is experiential and situated learning. So this is where teachers develop activities that require students to become active participants in learning math. So what we mean by becoming active participants is that teachers allow students to actually experience mathematics, wherein they employ hands-on activities, like for example, they require students to measure the area of their respective homes. So next is reflective learning. This is where teachers allow students to acquire deeper insights about their current knowledge, abilities, and performance when learning mathematics, and using such insights to further improve oneself. Next is constructivism. So, with constructivism, new knowledge is created in relation to the learner's pre-existing knowledge. Therefore, lessons must elicit prior knowledge. And then teachers must now assign problems and activities that will challenge students to revise their pre-existing schemas as they work through the challenging problem. Teachers therefore should encourage students to evaluate new information and to therefore modify their existing knowledge. So with cooperative learning, this is different than just assigning our students to do a typical group work. And with cooperative learning, it requires a certain interdependence among group members to solve a problem or to complete an assignment. And students work together in small groups to maximize their own and each other's learning. Lastly is we have discovery and inquiry based learning. This is where teachers allows learners to process mathematical concepts through asking questions and connecting real life experiences to foster students' curiosity. The twin goals of the mathematics subject under the K-12 basic education curriculum is to foster two skills, specifically the critical thinking skills and the problem solving skills of the students. So, to define critical thinking skills, it refers to the ability of the students to make informed decisions and actions based on evaluating and analyzing information from different sources objectively, while problem solving skills refers to the ability of the students to identify a problem or an obstacle, brainstorm and analyze possible solutions to the said problem, and to implement the best possible solution. These two goals are achieved through an organized curriculum content, a well-defined set of high-level skills and processes, desirable values and attributes, and appropriate tools, taking into consideration the different contexts of Filipino learners. Therefore, mathematics is a skill subject whose focus is about quantities, shapes and figures, functions, logic, and reasoning. And mathematics under the K-12 basic education curriculum does not utterly focus on discussing such concepts. Rather, it gives greater emphasis on the value of mathematics in real life. So before we discuss the specific grade level standards, I want everyone to have a look on the underlined words that are presented on your screen right now. Do you think that there are similarities across the content that is discussed across different grade levels? So from kinder to grade 7, we can see that the same content is taught across the curriculum, and these content areas are numbers and number sense, measurement, geometry, patterns and algebra, and statistics and probability. But from grade 8 to grade 9, which is assigned to Miss Bonita, and to grade 10, which is assigned to Miss Nazareno, we have patterns and algebra, geometry, and statistics and probability. And This is because the K-12 curriculum utilizes a spiral progression or expanding spiral approach. A spiraling curriculum introduces and teaches ideas and concepts in developmentally appropriate ways wherein teachers first introduces simple concepts and then gradually building its complexity. It is important to take note that with spiraling progression or expanding spiral, as some may call it, it does not repeat the same content, but it encourages reinforcement of previously learned concepts, which further promotes the retention of students.
Good day, I am Shikaina Nazareno, and we are now going to talk about the strategies. Unfortunately, the curriculum guide for mathematics did not mention any strategies at all. Accordingly, a research beyond the curriculum guide and read the framework for Philippine mathematics teacher education of the UST and BATED. In this paper, there were statements I cited. Mathematics teachers also find it daunting to implement strategies or general learning strategies such as the use of cooperative learning. And, quote unquote, it can provide learning experiences that allow students to attain conceptual change and maximize learning. We can see the statements that even though it is said that it's daunting to implement general learning strategies, they have mentioned that cooperative learning as one of the strategies and stressed learning experiences or experiential learning. Therefore, they view the learning principles and theories of this subject as their strategies for teaching and learning mathematics. And these are experiential and situated learning, the one mentioned by DOST in MathTed, reflective learning, constructivism, cooperative learning, mentioned by DOST in MathTed, and discovery and inquiry-based learning. Proceeding to the top 10 values that can be integrated into teaching mathematics, surprisingly, there are values identified in the curriculum guide, and these are the top 4 yellow coded values that you can see. The critical thinking was identified in the CG as the intellectual discipline, followed by a love of truth, which is equivalent to the accuracy and objectivity stressed in the curriculum guide. Because mathematics is a tool of science, according to the curriculum guide, scientific orientation and future orientation were included. And the unity for all pertains to all the formulas engraved in every math topic that we all have to follow. Going to productivity and quality. Productivity was explicitly stated there, and creativity as well. Regarding creativity, the curriculum guide expressed the essence of students unraveling the non-conventional methods or beyond the customs about methods or ways in solving. Having said that, the values of openness and respect for others and appreciation of diversity were seen as applicable. Lastly, the value of cooperation can also be integrated as it is part of one of the learning principles of mathematics. That is a brief overview of Curriculum Guide of Mathematics. Thank you.